What's up, Trev? Howdy. I have for several ways DLC. Oh, I'm definitely gonna play it. I don't know if I'd say I'm hyped though. Let's get it started.
Resident Evil 4.
Love the Rico body pillow and the scissors. Thank you, thank you. Man of culture, I see. Just like me. Same, I actually tried to sign at least 3 times and the person in charge hasn't been into work for 2 weeks, so I don't know. F me, I guess. That sucks, actually. I guess they just don't want you living there anymore. So get the frick out, dude. Stay away. Yours just increase every time? Damn, that's rough. Yeah, they're like, if you sign your lease like 2 months early, then we'll lock you in for the same rate for next year. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I was hoping to be able to buy a house, but that wasn't happening. Not for another like year or two, probably. So not with this market. So we stay in here for another year. You bought Left 4 Dead 2 and 1. You really like them. They're too hard for me and my friends. Tried several times and we won at 1 HP. Yeah, those games can be really difficult. For sure. That's kind of what makes them fun, though. You can always play on like easy, though, you know. Ain't no shame. Give whole new context to the speedrun. That dental build didn't really help either. Yeah, dude. I still have to get my permanent crowns. I still only have temporaries in right now. Yeah, that dental build was rough though. It was like 6 grand overall. That definitely didn't help. That and CS2 coming out would be the death of me. What's my PB on this marathon run? There isn't one. It's just for fun. Is that buff among us? Speedrun waifu? Crazy, I know. Well, I beat Robert, so I'm not in a big rush to do CS2 at the moment. Like, I'm fucking in love with it and I want to keep playing, but I reached my goal for the beta season, so I'm not in a huge rush to keep going. I have like 2 whole videos worth of content that I still could make out of the things I've already done. Got a 24-hour cooldown last night because I decided to play Go and ran into a 5-second cheater, so that was fun. That's rough. Feels bad. You have a private landlord and he's literally an old white guy that smokes cigars and prefers cash. Classic landlord behavior. Is he at least nice, dude? It reminds me of this picture I saw on Twitter where it's like, they sent a picture of their landlord of a bunch of rats and it says, it seems like we have a family of rats that's moved in. And the landlord just replied with like, may I remind you that we have a strict no pets policy. They better be out of there by Monday. Like, I don't think that's what they meant, but okay. He's surprisingly chill and answered your text, so you'll take it for sure. That's what's up. Our landlord's actually pretty chill too. I live in an apartment complex, but you or I don't know. I've been playing a lot of CS2 and I think it feels better than Go, honestly. I'm like way more dialed in when I play CS2. I don't know why. It just feels right. It's not like I have a lack of hours in CSGO either. You can't say how it looks anymore? Yeah. I feel that. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. What's up, Alconijo? Alconijo? Howdy. Is CS2 available for everyone now? No, it's still limited beta. I got really unlucky there. In like 2 separate ways. That's okay though. Yeah, I don't know why, but like CS2 just feels right to me. Maybe it's because I've played like fucking 120 games of it already, but it feels good. Yeah, the spray definitely needs some adjustments still. But the op feels better. I haven't had any shots that just go through people in a while. And the audio needs some remixing still. Like after the newest update, dude, like literally you go inside vent on Nuke and you just can't hear anything. That's right, that's not one of those doors. You can't hear anything outside of it. Same thing with like, you like are standing on top of A on Vertigo, you cannot hear ramp. You just can't. It's wild. But yeah, my landlord's been pretty chill. We have like a website and you can like go there and be like, yo, we need this fixed, that fixed, and they come like within a day or two usually and fix the problem basically immediately. Although one time our washer was broken and like wasn't draining. And we're like, yo, we need a new washing machine. And the dude came and he was like, I'm gonna repair it. And then he looked at the washing machine and he's like, yeah, I can't repair this shit. We need to get you a new one. And then he was like, well, we don't have any new ones at the moment, so let me see if I can get you one from like a unit that no one's living in. And then we won't have to order you a new one because ordering a new one will take like 2 weeks. So we're like, okay. He's like, I'll be back tomorrow. And then he never came back.
What are you selling? What are you buying?
Homie never came back. We waited like 2 weeks. And he never showed up. So we had to like, okay, call another one. And then that time, the same dude came back. We're like, yeah, so like he never came and gave us a new one. He's like, oh yeah, my bad. And then he gave us a new one. But it's pretty funny. He's like, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll figure this sorted. Then just doesn't show, never to be seen again. Man disappeared. Do I think Several Ways DLC would be free? Nope. It is Capcom after all. It probably won't even come out on PC at all. If Devil May Cry's anything to go by. You'll have to rebuy the whole game just to get Separate Ways on console, and then on PC it just won't exist. DMC5 moment. $70 DLC. Console exclusive. What up, Onyx? What do they got DMC5? It's bad. I'm not going to elaborate further. What's up, Marto? Golden egg, poggers. Yo, let's go. Golden egg. I was just checking to make sure it didn't ruin my inventory. What's up, Tyler? Trying to learn the DMC3 speedrun. I have a whole new appreciation for your content. You made it look easy. It's the furthest thing from that. Oh, well, I appreciate that. That's very flattering. It is nothing. It's just playing a video game fast. No big deal. Sometimes it's playing video games not that fast. Like right now. What's up, Salton? How you doing, dude? Yeah, the MC2 is a sick run. I'm mad rusty at it though, so it's probably gonna go horrendously. No early dive, bog. Late dive though. Have I tried a Celeste speedrun? No, I have not. Celeste is a banger of a game, but honestly, I think that speedrunning it would just destroy my hands. It's a sick speedrun though. It's like right up my alley. For sure, but my poor hands. When's the last time I played RE4 without speedrunning? Like a week and a half ago when I did the no reload challenge. What's up, Selfer? It hasn't been a few months, maybe a month since I've done DMC2. I played Celeste? Yeah, of course. It's literally the best 2D platform ever made. It's not even close. It's up there with like Super Mario World and the shit. It is a banger. A definitive banger, that's for sure. Bam, 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 bam. What's up, Long Wolf? Howdy. Yeah, so this week the patrons chose Left 4 Dead 1 and DMC 2. And I put up the patron vote for next week's games. I kind of blew it in like the last 2 weeks I didn't do WaifuRuns, but we're back at it. We're back at it. What's up, dude? Thanks for good luck. Now that I like don't have any more stress about CS2, I can throw in some speedrun stuff too. And not have to worry. I just really wanted to beat Robert before the beta season for CS2 was over. Because I didn't want to have to start over. But now that we've beaten Robert, CS2 can come out any day and it's not a big deal. What's up, John? Howdy. I wonder how long the season's gonna be. Well, this is beta season, so I'm assuming when the full game releases, that'll be the first season. So, like, supposedly it's supposed to come out like September 23rd. It's like the last day of summer, technically, but who knows? We'll see though. After that, like, I don't know. I just call you Jean. Yeah, Jean, like J-A-N, you know. Not like John, like J-O-H-N. No. Alright, well go fuck yourself then. I gave it my best bet. Have it easier to pronounce the name. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how the seasons will work. I'm interested to know though. I wonder if it's like actual seasons or like
Leon,
if it'll be longer than an actual season. Is like 3 months or what? Have they reset everything? Well, they definitely will. That's the whole point of seasons, right? Like everyone's rank will reset on the new season. New leaderboard. Bam, 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 bam. Thanks, Bubbles. I imagine the beta season will be the shortest season. Right? That'd be my guess.
Wait, follow me.
Wait, follow me. Why hasn't anyone asked how I am today? People have, I think. How are you, Lord of Shadows? Has anyone asked how you were doing today? Are you trying to kill me? Use this. Nah, well, how are you? I'll do it. These cowards won't. How did that guy survive that explosion? Hey, Lewis, could you take care of this guy? Thank you. Are you trying to kill me? Not me, them. Throw the egg at the merchant if you haven't used it yet. I'll probably end up using it in cabin, but if not, I'll do it. Gloria las plagas! Gloria las plagas! Do you ever speedrun RE1, 2, and 3 again, back to back? If I would really needed money, then sure. Get all the plagas today, Jesus. There we go. How you doing? Oh, you didn't like RE1? Did you hear my response to the question? Nice cabin. Perfect amount of ammo. Happy Friday. How long do you think you'll need for this stream? Like,
Leon,
7 hours or so? Give or take.
Wait. Follow me.
You wouldn't learn a speed game. You wouldn't learn the speedrun of a game you didn't like, that's why you're asking? Yeah, but it's also not your job. So, you know, that makes sense. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Laura Shadows. You need a break from CS? No, honestly, I'm still dying to play it, but I'm not as like fucking feral crack baby addicted to it as I was before. Now that I beat Robert, I'm like just chilling a little bit. I make the mistake every morning of like opening up CS streams and then I'm like, oh boy. You know, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like a recovering alcoholic hanging out at the bar, you know, like here we go. It was a fun arc. I enjoyed the Robert arc. I really want them to just release the game so that I can do solo queue on matchmaking and just queue one rank or one map, you know, like just do like solo queue to global on Inferno and just play Inferno all day, you know, and then I'll play Premiere with friends. I can play with you and Patrick and stuff, so that way I don't have to solo queue Premiere anymore. Although I have had quite a good time solo queuing Premiere. Well, I mean, I would do it for every map, you know. So I would eventually do Dust 2, as long as it's in competitive. And Bryce, sure. Sure, Bryce, you could play too. You think they'll make separate ways on assignment 8 on the remake? They just announced they're doing separate ways like yesterday. The nade that lost my rank. Did you see that where my teammate naded me on nuke during that last game? That shit was so funny. Oh man. I was playing top HUD on nuke. And I'm like peeking into lobby and I get legged through the wall. So I go onto top hut. And my teammate from heaven tries to nade into hut. And it bounces off the top of silo and lands right in my face. And kills me. But I was looking at him when he did it, so I saw the whole thing happen. I saw it coming in slow motion. And I had like 20 HP left, so I knew I was gonna die. So I was just like staring at him and he just bounces. Lands right in my face and kills me. Yeah, Gio's been grinding. He was playing with Orch though, and Orch is at like 3k though. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna give him shit for that. No, I haven't seen the new Franz J video. I gotta watch it though. CS2 Franz J, man. Oh boy. There's a reworked version of this online. That's cool. Dude, every Franz J video is gold. Or just the kind of guy that has like 500 hours in CSGO, but every single hour is on Dust 2. The classic. And then he plays Premiere and realizes that Dust 2 is not even in the map pool. That's literally what he said. Wait a second.
Wait.
I mean, dude, literally every CS content creator besides and War Owl does gambling sponsors. It's a shame. Dust 2's not in the map pool? No, dude. Dust 2's been out of the competitive pool for like a year and a half or something. Good riddance too, because that map fucking sucks.
Wait.
On God, worst map in the pool.
Welcome. Got some. What are you selling?
Hard for me to say no matter how much it is, but
What are you?
I definitely have no interest in taking gambling sponsors.
Not Come back anytime.
My opinion on DMC2. Game sucks. Still a better speedrun than like 90% of RE games though. Oh, I sold the egg. I forgot. My bad.
Wait. Follow me. Mátalo. Wait.
Yeah, gambling sponsors are crazy. They'll give you like, we'll give you $100,000 if the next 10 videos you post all reach 100,000 views, and you put a 30-second ad in them.
Wait.
I'm excited for separate ways. Yeah, I'm definitely down to try it.
Follow me.
Here, it's not an egg, but close enough.
Wait. Mátalo.
I definitely will attempt to reinstall Windows and make sure RE4 Remake runs actually okay on my PC by the time that comes out.
Wait.
Because right now it runs like dog shit. I did, Spidey. What's up, dude? How you doing? I did. Robert has been defeated. I ended the day at like 11,500 something.
Follow me.
Why does it run like dog shit? I don't know, ask Capcom. They're the one that made it that way. If I knew why it run like dog shit, it wouldn't run like dog shit. Because I'd be able to fix it.
Wait.
Sleep deprived, go to sleep. Sleep is good for you. You need like 8 hours a day. Otherwise you die young. Sounds like I could use a new GPU. I have a 4080. Definitely not that.
Wait.
I tried to unscope, but I didn't unclick for long enough. Feels bad. Oh! I'm washed.
Wait.
I'm washed. There we go. And I haven't messed that up in like literal years actually.
Follow me. Mátalo.
Excuse me, sir. Don't fucking do that. Yeah, dude, CS2 is so much more vibrant. Looks way better. Valorant, a child game, has some good influences. Fun. I wish I could open my door in real life and get instantly choked. Usually you have to pay someone for that. Excuse me. I was just trying to shoot my gun. I didn't mean to suplex. Excuse me. Pardon me. Please let me go. Thank you. We're definitely using an extra flash here. Bro, what? That insta killed me? I must not have had full health. Tragic. Oh! CS2 op moment. Edge. What kind of yoga you be doing to do a suplex downstairs? Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Leon, flexible, dude. It's one thing to be able to suck your own dick, but Leon could probably eat his own ass, you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
He's that flexible.
Follow me.
Who the fuck are you? There we go. Much better. Calm and collected.
Look, there's a crank over there.
Gotta shake the rust off a little bit. Watch out for me!
For me.
Nice lip sync, Ashley. Did I tell you about the game I got queued with a pro player recently? No? So I was on my rank up game and I queue into a 5-stack on Inferno and it's fucking nothing in his 5-stack. I felt so scammed. This is bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, they annihilated us. I mean, we brought it back 13-8, but the first half we lost 11 rounds, so. Yeah, he was doing his placement games, a 5-stack. I wanted to watch it back from his perspective, but his VODs are private. You bought a cameo from him like 3 years ago, so you can make fun of my friend? That's based, actually. It was so funny though, we were in the game like, dude, okay. Did they have a pro player on the team and it's a 5-stack? You know what, actually it's all good, dude. We win this, dude. you know, him and me, we have the same amount of majors won. We're basically equals. Him 0 majors, me 0 majors. That makes us equals, right? Well, we won pistol on T side, and then they, I don't know. I guess we just were doing good. And they were reefing. Like 140, Virgil. Takes about an hour and 40 minutes normally. You fighting bugs IRL? Just don't look at them. Bugs in real life are way scarier, dude. You look away from them and they just disappear. Like, bro, if you see a spider, you do not take your eyes off that spider, because as soon as you do, it's gone, and you'll never see it again. It'll live inside your brain rent-free, but you'll never see it again in real life. You constantly press kick there? No. Just react if a kick prompt comes up. The window is like omega big, so. Yo, Bryce, the basement dweller? Hog? We don't have basements here. I don't know why. Just in Arizona, they just don't build them. Now, moving out's impossible. I don't blame you at all. Moving out is actually ridiculous. It makes no sense. Like, where I live, like, rent is like, for a 1-bedroom is like $1,500 a month. Minimum wage is like $15 an hour. If you, that's like not even enough to cover just rent. The cheapest I could find is like $1,000, and that was like you're living in a ghetto ass neighborhood and your apartment's dog shit. Like, yeah, I'd be making like 60 grand a year in order to even qualify for an apartment. That's crazy. Like, I barely qualified and I made like somewhere around there. You're my Turkish fan. Pleasure to meet you. How you doing, Baran? Yeah, like, they literally won't give you the place unless you make 3 times the rent. But the rent is more than you can make in a month on like minimum wage. It's like, huh? How does that work? How is that supposed to function, right? Like, Mom said you can stay with her as long as you have a job and you're going to school. Yeah, just don't be hikikomori, and you can stay here. That's pretty based. You know, I have no idea if this is true or not, but I had heard a theory one time on TikTok that the reason why, one of many reasons obviously, but one of the reasons why housing is so expensive is because when it became like way more common for women to work, that halved the amount of like value labor had because it doubled the workforce. And so like your average household income doubled, which meant that like they could raise the prices on housing. So like living by yourself is like way harder because the way housing is valued is like, you know, it expects there to be 2 people earning a median income. Obviously that's not to say that, you know, women being able to work is bad, but potential consequence of it. Interesting. Because, you know, like the value of labor goes down when there's more workers. That just makes sense, right? So like if you have women working too, then that's twice as many workers. So in theory, that would be half as much value for labor. So what you're saying is it's all women's fault? No, not quite. Not quite. Let's try though. Back in the hat day when you could buy a house for 3 gold doubloons and 30 bucks. True, dude. Based. That's unfair by the landlord? Well, what are you gonna do? Not have somewhere to live? They kind of hold all the cards here. I'd hop right back in the motherfucking kitchen if one person could afford to take over a household again. Oh my god, that's hilarious, actually. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because, you know, if there's twice as many people working, then the labor is worth half as much. That also means that the median income per household is gonna, like, double. Which means you could charge like nearly twice as much for rent.
I can get out.
I have no idea if that's true, but it makes sense in theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Also, I saw it on TikTok, so it's probably not true. Nothing on there is. Find yourself a homie and cuddle in a 1-bedroom apartment. I mean, people do that. I have some friends that live in like a 2-bedroom apartment with like 4 dudes. Because it's just like what they can afford. Obviously, you know, being in an intimate relationship and then sharing bills is pog. That works too. You would be a stay-at-home dad, you'd wear a maid costume too. I think the right-wingers would have some issue with that. I think that's actually been a point of contention lately. Killing your privacy? I guess. Privacy's overrated though. Like, what do you really need privacy for? What are you using your privacy for? If you're around people that you actually, like, love and care about, then it doesn't really matter. You don't really need privacy that much. Privacy is for when you're beating your meat, you know? And if you're with your girlfriend or significant other, then you're not really beating your meat very often. Usually it's a collaborative beat meeting, you know? Or meat beating, as it were. You're 25, done it over with roommate stuff? Okay, but like what about your partner living with you? Are you interested in that? I lived... So I've had a couple different living arrangements. I've lived with my parents, obviously. I've lived with my grandma. I've lived with an ex in her parents' house. I've lived in an apartment that I had my own bedroom, but it shared a kitchen with somebody else. But this was in San Diego. My roommate was this Russian dude who played chess. I swear to God, I lived there for 8 months. Never learned his name. Never learned his name. I probably talked to him 3 times. I legit never saw this dude. All I knew was that he was from Russia and he played chess because he always had a chess set out in the living room. But like never talked to him ever. He like would go biking because I'd see his bike sometimes. But I was on a completely nocturnal schedule the whole time I lived there. And he was on presumably a normal schedule and he was never home. So I literally like, I lived alone basically for that whole time. It was kind of based, but also like kind of lonely. No, I literally, when I moved in, introduced myself or whatever. And then maybe once or twice, like, you know, waved hello when like we would cross each other in the kitchen. There was probably a couple times where we both tried to cook at the same time, and that was like the only time we interacted with each other. It was weird. It was like perfect for me though. I loved it. Like, just no interaction whatsoever. He wasn't scary. He was just Russian chess man, not scary Russian chess man. But yeah, so I basically lived alone. So I've lived alone, and then I did that, and then I got my own apartment, and I had literally just started dating someone like a month or 2 prior to getting my own apartment, and I lived in my apartment for about 3 or 4 weeks by myself. And then my girlfriend was over so much that she basically lived there. And then like a month later, she lived here. So I really haven't lived by myself that much, but I don't know. The time I did, I wasn't a huge fan. I much prefer like having my girlfriend live with me. Man, I've been trying to quit smoking, but I just can't. Simply do not smoke. Not doing things is easy. Doing things, it's hard. An empty house or apartment can be depressing. That's what I'm saying, dude. Definitely depressing.
Wait.
When I live alone, I feel like I just go full slob mode. I mean, it makes sense, right? You got no one to keep up expectations for. Especially if you never got anyone coming over. You just like go full lazy mode. I was kind of like that too. Other people being around is nice. It keeps you accountable and stuff, you know? You can't be like, I'm not gonna take a shower for the 5th day in a row because I'm lazy. You know, you'd be like, well, my roommate or my girlfriend is gonna be like, you're fucking smelly, so I gotta take a shower. Or like, they'll call you out if you don't brush your teeth. Well, don't live with 4 random dudes. Live with 4 homies, you know? Live with the bros.
Wait.
Jesus, D. That's crazy. Just gaslight them and make them think they're the smelly one? Now that's the sign of a beautiful relationship right there. You're stinky. You should shower. No, actually, that's you. We'll just keep insisting it's them. I don't know. People say that smoking isn't to look cool, but it does look really cool. Like, I am a big anti-smoker. I've been straight edge my whole life, but I will not just sit here and lie with a straight face and tell you that smoking doesn't look cool. Because it definitely does. Smoking definitely looks cool as fuck. It's very aesthetic. Not saying that you should do that, but you know, like, it does look cool. If you're going to win the argument on moral grounds, you can't just ignore things like it looking cool.
Wait, follow me. Wait, follow me. Wait, follow me. Wait, follow me. Wait, follow me.
Like, if you're gonna be like, but it's bad for you, you know, you also can't just ignore the fact that it does look cool. Do I smoke? Fuck no. I've been straight edge my whole life. It's just like drinking alcohol, you know? It's just objectively bad for you and like makes your life worse and has high potential risk for like a bunch of things, but also gets bitches. You know what I mean? Like, as someone who has never drank in his life, I will assure you that making the responsible choice and staying away from things that will potentially ruin your life will in fact do the opposite of get you bitches. At least until you're like 30. Oh, what a shot. He's cracked. Weed is said to be healthier for the brain, though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that weed's been tied to like a bunch of neurological diseases when you're older, hasn't it? Like dementia and shit. Taking you outside so we touch grass together while my dog goes potty. Pog. Mobile stream experience. Ouch. Yeah, D's a non-drink enjoyer too. Based. Weed is good for you. Most cope stuff ever. Yeah, I don't know about all that. It's like the wine moms that are like, wine's good for your heart. It's just like, no, grandma, you're an alcoholic. Your grandma drinks a glass of wine every night? Based grandma. Waifu man, I don't think that I do, but it said that if you have like anxiety and shit, then weed numbs your pain. Well, like, you know what you could do instead of smoking weed to calm your anxiety? Fix your anxiety. You could like do the mental work and go to therapy and stuff and fix it instead of treating the symptoms and like numbing yourself.
Come back any time.
To be fair, mostly anything in moderation is okay. I mean, yeah, sure. you can just do meth like once every 6 months and probably you'll be fine. But should you be doing it? I don't know. I guess if you really like meth. As any skater that stayed straight edge and seen people go full pothead, I can tell you, it really depends on how much you consume. Yeah, dude, some people just go way overboard. Becomes like their whole personality. You're a recruiter, it really does pay off to be straight edge. It pays off in the long term, like the super long term, but in the short term it sucks cock. Makes it hard to have friends, you get no bitches.
Oh yeah, thanks for the support.
Rough.
Tennis tricks big leaves for 4 months. Get it back and find a drop somewhere it counts less than 3.
Yo, Calestrix. Thank you so much for the 4 months, dude. Getting that bag, find a drop it somewhere it counts. Yo, I appreciate that. Much love. Thank you, Calestrix. Glad to hear. You've beaten a lot of addictions, but you can't beat your video game addiction? Yeah, video games are good, though. Video games are pog. You don't want bitches or bad friends, in all honesty? I guess. But just because people do stuff like that, like, okay, but this is like a misnomer, though, because 99% of people all end up doing drugs or like drinking regularly and blah 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 in their 20s, and then when they get to like their mid 20s and like early 30s, that's when they straighten themselves out, and that's when they become like family men and stuff, or like moms and shit. So like it's not that like if you aren't doing those things and you're doing what you should be doing responsibly, then you get there earlier. It's like you just end up being lonely and doing nothing for like 6 years until everyone else catches up to where you were. And then the people who were doing those things don't get punished for doing them at all. Like in my experience, it's like, okay, like you're gonna choose to be straight edge and not do any of this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And what are the consequences of that? Well, you're gonna have no friends and you're gonna be really lonely for like 5 years. And no girls are gonna wanna interact with you whatsoever because all they care about is that party life and stuff. And so like, that's not going to change until all of those people have like already done all their partying and outgrown it. And then they become like more responsible adults like later in life. But during that time, instead of like getting to have fun and like enjoying it too and making your own mistakes, you just do the right thing for no reason. And then once everyone catches up to you, that's when things get better. It's weird. I don't know. That's how it's been an experience for me, at least. Like from like 18 to 25. You're gaining virtue though? Virtue don't mean shit. Who cares? When your life sucks in that time while everyone else is having fun and making their mistakes just because you're doing like the right thing. Like your life still sucks. Run! Oh, how am I not dead? Alright, we good, we good. Not getting girls in the end of the world, addiction, drugs, bad habits could literally be the end. Yeah, but like, I've almost killed myself because I couldn't get into an intimate relationship for like 5 years and didn't have like a single actual friend the whole time because I was the one that decided to like focus on career choices and not do drugs and alcohol. So I mean, that could have been the end too. It goes both ways. I know, at least the people that do decide to do that stuff like get to live a little in the meantime. Ah! Excuse me. You stay true to what you believe, but like, what's the point though? I didn't get anything out of it. That's all I'm saying. But like, for why? For what? I could have just partied and kept my friends and had fun, and I'd probably be in the same spot I'm in right now. Door, please open. Excuse me. Well, that's not true. I wouldn't be in the same spot. I definitely like am in a better spot, but there's no guarantee of that at all. Your mom literally gave you that same advice? Based mom, honestly. Like, I guarantee you all of those like responsible, like trustworthy adults that you know, that you like look up to, they were literal pieces of shit that did nothing but like party and like be degenerates until they were like 28. Cause that's like what everyone does. Like you look at like your fucking dad or like your grandpa or whatever, you're like, this dude's a stand-up dude. You know what I mean? Like, they got their shit together. Maybe they like own a business, you know, they got like a 401k going. They're like really good to their family and stuff. But dude, look at that dude, like 25. He's probably like on some 3-week drinking bender and like gone through like his 6th relationship in like the last 6 months and fucking whatever, doing acid and shit. Like, bro, that's just how everyone is. At least in my experience, it's like every person I've ever met. Not saying that you should do that stuff, but I'm just saying that's just how it is. I can see that. It's funny because my parents are upstanding and clean citizens, in quotation marks, but they're pieces of shit. Yeah, I mean, this is how it goes. That's literally an older dude, a different department where I work. Yeah, dude, that's how a lot of those people are. Yeah, I mean, sure, some people end up homeless and blah, blah, blah. But it's like a very small minority of the people that do stuff like that. And that can happen even if you don't do anything like that. Shit just happens. Life just happens. Excuse me. Pardon me. If anything, I feel like it's the people who really try to be straight as teenagers and totally go off the rails. I could see it. I mean, that's me, but I could see it. I know some people that literally never did drugs and still ended up homeless. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it could just happen. Like, life just happens. I don't even remember what the initial point of the conversation was. What were we talking about? Oh, smoking cigs looks cool? Yeah, it does. It just does. You can't tell me it doesn't. It does look badass. On God. I don't know why. Like, I don't know like what aesthetically about it just makes it look so cool, but it looks really cool. Looks cool until your lungs collapse? Yeah, but how many people do you know that actually had that happen? It's like rare or whatever, you know? That's the whole thing of what I'm saying. Like, how many people have a grandpa that smoked like a pack of cigarettes a day for like 80 years and he's like 95 and dude's fucking fully up and kicking, you know? Your grandma, she died from bad complications due to smoking. That's bad RNG. Unlucky. It's just a numbers game. It's just unlucky.
Welcome.
I'm gonna start referring to any bad thing in my life as bad RNG. It's a good way to go about it. If it fits, I sits. You know what I'm saying? If it works.
Come back anytime.
My genetics are bad RNG. Yeah, on God. Like my teeth, bad RNG, dude. Problem stands when you know something is wrong but carry on anyways. Yeah, true. True. But like, morally wrong? I don't know if that's even a thing when it comes to doing stuff for yourself. I don't hear about those guys because they're dead. I don't know. You hear a lot more about people that are dead than are alive. I guarantee you, you know at least 6 people that you probably haven't talked to in like a decade, and half of those people probably haven't talked to a single person in like a week.
Got some. What are you buying?
Bro, I was like, is it raining outside? They're washing the windows. I was so confused. Your work gives bonus PTO to people who don't work or who don't smoke. But do the smokers get an extra smoke break that other people don't? Did start smoking cigs until my late 20s when work says you can't take breaks and the smokers can. It is what it is. Yeah, dude, that's so wild. That's even possible. Honestly, I'd be the opposite. If I was the employer, I'd be like, if you're a smoker, then you don't get breaks, but everyone else does. If you're smoking on break, then you're banned from break. No more breaks for you. Do I believe in life after life? Yes. When I die, everyone else is going to continue living. Until they die. Don't inhale the smoke, just put it in your mouth and breathe it out. I mean, you still like fuck up your mouth if you do that. I know, my thought process with drugs and smoking and all that stuff was always like, life is already hard as shit. I feel like I'm playing Minecraft hardcore mode, you know, on super flat world. I don't need to be like debuffing myself on the regular, you know? Like, do you know how hard it is to keep your mental good and your body physically healthy without debuffing yourself? This shit's like impossible. I've been alive for almost 24 years and I'm like still trying to figure this shit out. It's like so hard. I couldn't imagine how much harder it would be if I was constantly debuffing myself. Yeah, but +1 charisma. I did actually actually that's how it works. That's the formula. My build strategy has been like just avoid all buffs and nerfs that have negative side effects, you know. If there is a nerf attached to something, then I just don't take it. Yeah, I'm playing the ultra vanilla Minecraft build. Will that +1 charisma give extra proficiency though? I don't think so. That's not, that's, see, in the long game, maybe it works out, you know? You do get proficiency and cancer generation. Ah. True. I feel like I was the only kid who paid attention to the don't do drugs movement of the 2000s. Yeah, same. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look fun. I don't know, you don't even need to be like super influenced by any of that stuff either. Like, literally, I just would see like one of my relatives have a hangover and I'm like, they look really sick. Why is that? Oh, it's because they drank last night? I don't want that to happen to me. I guess I'm not gonna drink. Thank you, Kana.
Wait.
Ooh, nice room.
What is that thing?
What is that thing? Some people's bodies are fine. Like there's this guy who's 65. He's been smoking since 12 and he's like perfectly normal and fit. That's what I'm saying. It's not fair. Some people just don't get the debuffs. It's not a balanced game. The only way to find out if you get the debuffs or not is just by trying. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of stunning me. Smoking more delays the debuff. That's truly how addictions form. Yeah, that was a good room. That room is really hard. Sorry to hear that, Khalil. Hope you feel better soon. They had to patch that glitch ASAP. I know, it's not fair. The balancing is all fucked. Dude just gets like a +5 to charisma for his whole life and it's no negative side effects. It's like wearing sunglasses in Fallout. Well, sugar isn't psychoactive. That's my rationalization for why my addiction to sugar is okay when I'm straight edge.
Wait, follow me. Wait, follow me.
Like caffeine is psychoactive. It affects your brain. Like I've been like no alcohol, no weed, no hard drugs. Bro, I wasn't even taking allergy medicine for a long time. No caffeine.
Follow me.
I legit was like, allergy medicine is a scam. Why would I want to build a reliance on allergy medication when I could just suffer through it and then hopefully my body builds an immunity? That is legit the thought process. Yo, Codboy, thanks for the prime, dude. Appreciate that. Flex. There you go. Have I tried any of those things at least once? I used to drink a lot of caffeine. I've had like a few sips of alcohol, and I've stood around people smoking weed a lot. Favorite sugary treats? I'll eat anything. I love candy. I defeat allergies. Honestly, maybe. I used to be allergic to cats, but I live with one now and I don't have any allergic reactions. I'm not saying it worked, but you know. Nope, never caved into peer pressure. But also lost a fuck ton of friends that way, so. I always thought that allergies actually get worse with exposure. Well, I mean, like, you would think that would be the case, but you can do stuff like inject yourself with snake venom, and if you do it enough, you'll eventually become immune to it. Not really friends then, are they? I mean, it's not that they'd be like, well, we don't want to hang out with him because he doesn't smoke or whatever, but it just becomes such a part of their life that that's what they do, and then they know that you don't want to do that, so they just don't invite you to stuff. Like, my friends would be really respectful of it and stuff. It was always the weirdest interactions. Like, I'd hang out with a group of people, and they'd be like sitting around the campfire doing acid or whatever, you know, on like the rarest occasions, or like just smoking weed and drinking, and they'd offer me like, hey, you want some? I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, you're straight edge, right? Like, respect. I wish I could do that. I literally, every single person I ever told that I was straight edge, they're like, respect. I wish I could do that every single time. But then you don't get invited to stuff because they're gonna smoke and they don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. But I always told them like, no, it's fine. Like, I can hang out. It's whatever. But every single time the reaction was, oh, respect. I wish I could do that too. Which I always thought was funny. No, they were always really respectful, but it's like, you know, when the entire point of the interaction that you're going to is to do the thing that that person that was there last time doesn't like to do, then like they're just not going to invite you. It's like if you know, you and your friends all play hockey, but you don't really like hockey and you just go to the hockey game and sit and watch while they play hockey. You know, if you do that, like when they're organizing people to go play hockey, they're not going to invite you because you don't even play hockey, you just sit around. Right?
Select. What are you buying?
I'm too good at this game, dude. I have too many heals. I don't get hit.
Come back,
Yeah, I always thought that was funny. They always say I wish I could do that, but it's like literally they could. Like they could just not. To be fair, it's weird for people to be high when one person there is sober. You feel very watched, like animals in a zoo. I mean, sure, I guess. But, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. I was never judging them or anything, though.
Been a long time, comrade.
Krauser.
I died in a crash 2 years ago. Is that what they told you? You're the one who kidnapped Ashley. You catch on quick, as expected. After all, you and I both know where we come from. Ha! Ha!
What do you want?
The simple Sadler developed, that's all.
Leave Ashley out of this.
Oh, I needed her to buy Sadler's trust in me. Like you, I'm American.
Barrel. You got her involved just for that? Ah, ting, 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 ting. Yeah.
All for Umbrella's sake.
Umbrella.
Almost let it slip. Enough talk. Die, comrade.
Ada.
Well, if it isn't
The capital D colon.
Looks like we have the upper hand here.
You may be able to prolong your life,
But it's not like you can escape your inevitable death, is it?
My problem with it was too is like there was always that stereotype of like, oh, like those are the bad kids and you should avoid them and hang out with like the good kids who are straight edge too and like are focused on their careers and blah 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 and everything. In my experience, those people literally just don't fucking exist. Like I hung out with everybody in high school, like everybody, at least at school, not outside of school, you know, but like every single fucking person in the whole school is having the same conversation. Like, whether it was the jocks, the nerds, the skaters, like everybody was always like, whose house are we going to? Who's got the weed? Who's smoking tonight? You know, that literally every single group, like the fucking varsity, like football starters, like, and the nerds. Like, yeah, it was a different setting. Maybe when they're high, they're talking about fucking League of Legends instead of the football game or the cheerleaders or whatever. But everyone, I mean, there is no group where it was like, oh, these are the people that like actually focus on their future and like have ambitions and stuff. And if they did have ambitions or they were focusing on their future, like what did they do in their spare time? Oh, they partied. That's just what everyone does. So like group activity / hangout was always like, oh, let's go drink somewhere. Oh, let's go smoke somewhere. Like every single group. It's not like you could find a group of people where like that wasn't the case and you could just hang out with them. Yo, NRS, thank you so much for the 2 gifted, dude. I appreciate that. Takosa Book and the Scary Girl. Hog. Yeah, Kosa Book. I don't know. That's how it goes. Like in movies and stuff, there was like, you know, it was like the bad kids that smoked and whatever and blah blah blah. This is like not the case in real life. Like just everyone does, at least in my generation. Excuse me, sir. High school is a faded memory for you now? Bro, I'm older than you. For me, even the D&D nerds use drugs. That's what I'm saying, dude. Even the homies out here watching Lord of the Rings and playing Dungeons and Dragons are out here fucking drinking and smoking a fuck ton. So where is the group of people that can hang out and like weren't like that? Honestly, I was at a point where I was in my mid-20s where I'm like was super hardcore like edgy atheist in high school, but I was like, and I still had those beliefs, you know, but like obviously I grew and was more respectful in my mid-20s. But I'm like, dude, should I just join a church or something? Like, is that like, it's like the only place I can think of where I could find like people with a good mindset, you know? I'm like, who is out here like working on themselves and shit?
Welcome.
Is it the religious people? Is it like where I have to go?
Selling.
Like I'm not even religious, but like,
Thank you. What are you, boy?
is that what I have to stoop to? Just join a church group just so I could like have people in my life that
Thank you.
aren't constantly just trying to destroy themselves?
Come back anytime.
I almost did it. Then I met my girlfriend and it was like, oh, whatever. She's awesome, so it's like, good enough. I have one. Solid. All right. Yeah, I mean, church people are gonna smoke too, but I was willing to dive to the depths to look for something. Yeah, and the crazy thing is like, it's about that too, NRS, is I always had that problem too. Like the people that you thought were like, oh, they're getting their shit together. Like, oh, they go to the fancy high school. You know what I mean? Like they're the rich kids. Like they're the ones that are gonna have their shit together. They were doing even harder shit than the rest of us. Like our school is like the kind of somewhat like middle class, like ghetto school. And then there was another high school that I was supposed to go to, but I went to the one I did instead. And we always heard stories of people there doing like coke and stuff. Like that's like even further away from what I wanted. I'm 24. Just have more money for more expensive drugs? Yeah, exactly. And the money for rehab too. Prepare for your death, Leon. What's my PB? It's a 126. You know what is actually the best place to meet people that are like-minded like me though? The gym. Actually, like, that is such a dude bros thing to say, but it's so true actually. The gym is definitely the best place to meet people like that. In my experience, that's the best place to meet people like that. You don't think they have you have a gym there? What, in your entire country? You don't have a gymnasium? You consider going to the gym to lose weight, but it makes you nervous? Why? What's there to be nervous about? Or Stormy? Gotcha. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ernest. MacArthur, Ohio, we have literally nothing. I guarantee you have an LA Fitness or something. There is a gym. Especially if you're in the middle of fucking nowhere in Ohio, dude. There's nothing else to do. What are you gonna do besides lift heavy shit? Self-esteem mostly. I think I feel more ashamed of my current state more than anything. You're saying you feel more ashamed of yourself when you're going to actively improve it than when you sit on your ass and do nothing? I think you're just thinking about it the wrong way. Why would you feel ashamed of yourself for trying to make yourself better? Dude, but like, you're the most fat person in the gym right now, but the fat people in the gym are like the ones that are like the most admirable, right? Because you're out there fucking trying to make it work, or you're trying to do better. Like, it's a lot harder for someone who's really fat and overweight to go to the gym than it is for someone who's like in fucking shape and been doing it for a long time, right? Hi, Oreo. Well, yeah, I mean, most people don't talk to each other when they're at the gym, but you gotta understand, like, no one cares. Like, no one's looking at you and thinking about you. They're doing their own thing. Or if they are thinking about you and you're like the fat guy at the gym, then they're gonna be like, damn, good for them. They're getting their shit done. At least that's how I always thought. Do people in your gym hit on chicks? Well, I just go to the one in my apartment complex, so there's like never anyone there. It's like a one-room gym, so definitely not. I don't ever hit on chicks, and like every girl that goes there is usually there with their boyfriend. Acquire gym bro status by asking for help. I literally did that the other day. So the other day I went to the gym and there was no one else there. It was just me and this other dude. And this other dude busts out like a briefcase and he's got like a ladder in it and he's doing like stepping drills and stuff. And I'm like, damn, this dude's either like going through some gnarly physical therapy or like he's an athlete. And yeah, he was an NFL player. He plays in the Cardinals. I asked him to teach me how to squat. And he asked me what I did for a job, and I told him, and I asked him, and he was like, yeah, I play NFL.
Wait, follow me.
You've not heard the story before? Yes, you have. You lying bitch. You spoiled it. But yeah, he plays in the NFL. That was cool. He like took a video of me doing a squat, and then like showed me how to correct myself. It was very nice of him. I was like, you look like you know what you're doing. I have no fucking clue. Help me out here. Yeah, he was cool, dude. You big, me small. Me learn, you teach. Yeah, exactly. Nice CTV support. Yeah, my stepdad actually played on the Cardinals. Yeah, skate park's same thing, definitely. Hang on, sweetheart.
Hang on, sweetheart.
Hell yeah, Zion. That is definitely worth something. He joined late. I mean, we still got like 6 hours of stream. Not that late. I just want to maintain some athleticism and maybe gain like 10 pounds. I mean, I look phenomenal and I still am in pretty good shape. Mostly increase my cardio and build my strength a bit.
Ashley!
And she fucking dies. GG. Rip Ashley. Is it true that people on skate parks hate people on scooters? Yep. Fuck them. In the words of Michael Jordan, fuck them kids.
Finally, the line's jack free.
But why? Because they have absolutely zero social skills or understanding of like how to take turns or how to not be in the fucking way or how to not be 5 years old.